Hello, my name is Portia Hughes, and I am here to persuade you on being pro-choice. Now, to be pro-choice means to advocate for women to have the rights over their own body. So if they want to have a baby or if they want to have an abortion. A woman should have the choice of what to do on her body and no one else. Here in the U.S., we have the freedom to pretty much do what we will in the U.S. We are free to choose what religion we practice. We are free to dress any way we will. And this is why so many people immigrate to the United States. They want the freedoms that we have. They want the choice to live life in the fashion that they see fit. Now, what would happen if your choice to make a decision was taken away? Now, if that happened, there's not much you can do because that's the law, you know? How would you feel if you cannot choose the person you wanted to marry? Which is still prevalent in some countries and in some cultures, sometimes even here in the States. How would you feel if you didn't have the right over your own body? And that brings us to the topic of being pro-choice, to have the baby, a woman's right to have the baby, or to have an abortion, or pro-life, which means once the baby is born, or once the baby is conceived, there is no option for abortion because at that point it's a living human being. Now, pro-choice, an important aspect on the case against banning abortion consists of moral arguments. So limits on abortion would lead to a rise in violence and neglect against children. Legalized abortion is a necessary component of population growth, especially where contraceptives are not sufficiently available or reliable. They are less likely to be stopped even if we were to ban abortions. This would just encourage them to pursue illegal abortions that are non-lethal to the fetus but more dangerous to the women. Now, there are different circumstances that are even medically necessary why women would get an abortion. If they found something wrong with the baby in its stages of growing in the uterus, that could possibly be a reason to abort the fetus in the middle of the pregnancy. Maybe they were a victim of an unwanted sexual encounter which resulted in the conception of a child. I feel like that would be very tough as a woman to, be able to go through something so traumatizing. And then also, there are just reasons where maybe they feel that they're unfit and they're not ready to conceive, or in a bad situation which could further, hurt the child later on down the road if they were actually have the child. Now, pro-life view is more of, it is said that human life begins at conception or shortly thereafter. At that point, embryo or fetus is a moral individual that should be protected by society. Abortion in the pro-life world is considered immoral, unethical, and is unjustifiable. There's no such thing as the right to kill an innocent person. Now, with the pro-life aspect, there are always other options. If you don't want to raise the child, you could always maybe set your child up for adoption, which is always, a good option, but sometimes not the best, considering this woman still has to go and carry this baby full term and deliver it, only to give it away. So, in conclusion, I would say pro-choice is definitely more giving the woman the right to choose. Pro-choice is all about, making sure that in the long run that this child doesn't suffer because of the mother's inability to have the right to choose. It would prevent illegal abortions that are much more unsafe. And also, there are legitimate reasons for abortions. People that are pro-choice are not advocating for women to be careless with that option or that right, and to, be in and out of the abortion clinic. That's not what it's for at all. It's to maintain the quality of life for the child that would exist or would not exist. And then for pro-life, they're just all about making sure that child is born, because at that point they are a human being and they shouldn't be taken away from this world because of someone who made a mistake or was not properly protecting themselves, and it resulted in their conception. Being pro-life, you don't have to worry about that moral line of, did I make the right choice? Is this the right thing to do? Did I just kill something that was alive and breathing? And there's always other options. You can always put your baby up for adoption if you don't want it. So at the end, it's pretty difficult to side with one side because they both make very, very good, points. I can say that it's never right to kill anyone that is a living human being. But an abortion is not killing in that sense. It's trying to make sure that the ability, the want, the will to provide a good life for that child is available. And if it's not, then maybe it's not in that person's best interest. Thank you for your time.